So in today's session, we'll see the enhanced list view. So what exactly the enhanced list view? What is the use? And how can we customize this enhanced list view in order to add our own custom list view options or the filters? And how can we customize the columns inside this enhanced list view? We'll see practically today here. Now, for example, now, so for example, I have an object. That means a table. Inside my table, I'm having some 50 records. I'm having some 50 records are there. Then how can we view the records? How to view those records? So in order to display the records available inside the table, we are using enhanced list view control. So now see, the name itself is indicating the whole information. Like view. View is nothing but what I want to see, nothing but display. What it will be displaying records. How many list of records I would like to display in the form of a tabular format. So now here in this case, what are the records available inside that object? If you want to display those records in the tabular format, then we have to use a control called as enhanced list view. Okay? Enhanced list view will represent the records information in the tabular format. The object may be having n number of records also. It may be 100 records, 50 records, 1000 records, whatever. Whatever the records are there inside that table, those records we can able to fetch through from the database, and we can display inside my user interface in the picture in the tabular format with the help of this enhanced list view. Now, in this case, enhanced list view is used to display the records in the tabular format. This control is used to represent the records exist inside the object on the user interface in the tabular format. Now, in this case here, where exactly this enhanced list view control is available and what kind of features it has provided by default and how can we enhance this list view control, we'll see practically here. Now, when you go to your user interface, whenever if you want to see any records inside that object, take any of the object over here, whatever you want. Once you click on this tab of that object, so now it is providing the tab home page. On the top of the tab home page, it provides the enhanced list view control. Okay. On top of the tab home page, it provides this enhanced list view control. That means here in this home page, on top of this page here, this is a control. This control is called as enhanced list view control. So this is the enhanced list view control, which is going to be representing the records information in the tabular format. Now, in this case, whenever we are going to be representing the information, sometimes I want to display all the records. Sometimes I want to display only a few records. Like, for example, I'm having some thousands of records may be available inside my account object. But in some cases, I don't all the records. I want to display only those account records whose industry values some banking. Sometimes I want only those account records whose rating value equals to some heart. Only heart rating account records I want. Sometimes I want only those accounts whose annual revenue more than some 40 lakhs. Remaining records I don't want, only these records. Like this here, what happened? Upon fetching the data, sometimes I want all the records, sometimes I want only a few records based on my requirement. So in this case, in order to list out those records based on the requirement, so the enhanced list view control is providing some set of list view options, or these are also called as filters. Inside this pick list control, it is populating so many filters to you. Like when you expand this one, it is indicating all accounts. The first filter is all accounts. That means here, please display all the account records which has been created by me along with the other users inside my organization. In my organization, not only myself, some other people may be available. So please display all the people's records. Second one, my accounts. That means please display only those account records which I have created. Okay, not the other users' records. And then new last week. What are the records we have created newly in the last week? New this week. What are the records we have created in this week here, newly? And then I want to display only those account records whose SLA is either platinum and the gold. And recently viewed. That means it will display only those account records which has been viewed recently. Like that, these are the various list view options. These are also called as filters in Salesforce. Okay, these are called as list view options or filters. From this one, we can select any one of that, and then we can see the records. For example, assume that I'm selecting this all accounts. Once you click on this all accounts, go button, it will display all the account records available inside my organization in the tabular format. So now see. So whatever the records are there inside my account object, all those records are getting visible in the tabular format. Now here it is indicating that count. Okay, how many records are available? It will indicate that. Totally we are having 13 records are there. Now you can raise a question, sir, yesterday only we have started creating the records. Only one record we have created yesterday. Then how it is showing the 13 records? Whenever you are creating some Salesforce account, okay, whenever you are creating a Salesforce account, at that time, in each and every object, Salesforce will provide some sample records. Okay, Salesforce will provide some sample records in every object. Like as in your campaign object, lead object, account, contact, opportunity, case, solution. By default, Salesforce is providing some set of sample records inside this. By default, Salesforce is giving some records. Now those records will be available over here. Now only for the sample purpose. That means here the people can see how they have created the records, what type of data they have entered in each and every column. So that for the easy identification, Salesforce has given some sample records in every object. If you want, we can leave these records as it is, or else we can remove these records also from your table. That flexibility is available here. Okay. So in this case, Salesforce is giving some sample records by default in each and every organization here. Now, so in this case, these are the records has been given by Salesforce. Totally, Salesforce has given 12 records, and then we have created one more record yesterday. So totally, 13 records are available inside my object. So if you want to see these records, here these are the records are available. Now, when you scroll down, we can see the remaining records as well. Okay, if you scroll down this one, you can see the remaining records also inside this. So whatever the records are available, all those records will be getting available in the tabular format by default over here. Okay. So totally 13 records are available inside my object. That means one record I have created and 12 records has been given by Salesforce inside my account table. Okay. Now, so now here in this case, here we are having total so many records are available. Sometimes you can raise the question, sir, for example, I don't want all these 13 records available inside my object. I want only those account records whose name is starting with some P. That means nothing but here, I want to list out all the account records information whose name is starting with the character some P. So for that one, if you want to search for some specific records, then Salesforce has given so many searching facilities to you here. Here we can able to use this one. So that here Salesforce has given that searching option. So here they have given that characters. Okay, they have given that characters also over here. So now they have given so many characters to you over here. Now based on that character, we can able to list out the records also. Now suppose for example, when I click on this some B, it will list out only those account records whose name is starting with the character B. So now once I click on some P, it will display only those records whose name is starting with the character P. So now once I click on some U, it will display only those account records whose name is starting with the character some U. So now once I click on some W, it will display only those records. Nothing is available. Once I select some N, it will display only those records. Now when I select some G, it will display only those account records whose name is starting with the character G. That means what? Based on the starting characters of your records also, we can able to filter it out. That means these are nothing but the various of filtering options. Filtering in the sense, instead of displaying all the records, we can show only some of the records here based on our requirement. So that we can able to fetch the records based on the starting characters also. That flexibility is available to you. If you want to see all, then click on all. So we can able to see that all the records. Now, so now here in this case here, whatever this table, nothing but whatever this table has been given by Salesforce, okay. Now in this table, it is adding some default columns over here. Okay, it is adding some default columns like as account name, account site, billing state, phone number, type of the customer, account owner, alias. These are the columns has been given by Salesforce. Sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I don't want this account site, I don't want the billing state, I don't want the type, I don't want this account owner. I want only some different columns. Like as I want some account name column, here I want to show the rating column, industry column, phone column, fax column, and the ownership column and the active status column. These columns I want. Can I customize this one? Yes. How can we do this one? When you go to this particular filter, here beside the filter there is an option called as edit option. Okay, there is an option called as edit option. Just click on this edit option and then you can select what columns you want to make it visible. So now click on this edit column here, edit link. Now when you come down, here it is populating that columns information. Here it is populating what columns are currently visible inside my table here. So now I don't want all these columns, I am removing this one. You know how to customize all these things. It's not new. Remove this column here, add whatever the columns you want to display. I want to display the rating column. I want to display the industry column. I want to show the annual revenue column. I want to show the ownership column. I want to show the phone column. I want to show the fax column. I want to show the active status column. These are the columns I want to make it visible, and along with that, we can able to arrange these columns in the required order also by using this up and down navigation buttons over here. Now click on Save button. So once you click on Save, automatically
Firoz,
in the form of that.
excuse me, Firoz, I have one question.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
I have one question. Your video is not visible to me.
Now. So now here in this case, so what are the columns that you want? We can able to select those columns also. Like we have displayed the customized columns to be get visible, like as account name we have displayed, rating column, industry, annual revenue, ownership column, and the phone column. And when you scroll to the right side, you have specified the facts column and the active status column also. So all these columns information we can able to see whatever you want. Now, so now here in this case, it is populating whatever the records are available inside my object. Sometimes, for example, inside my object, I'm having some thousands of records. I'm having thousands of records. So in this case, I don't want to show all the thousands of records. I want to show only some 10 records at a time inside my table. Like 10 records I want to show. Initially, I want to show some 10 records. Next to then, I would like to show some more 10 records, and then some more 10 records, and then next to 10 records, and then next 10 records, like that. So is it possible here? Yes, that is possible. That kind of feature is called as what? That feature is called as pagination or paging. Okay, that feature is called as pagination or paging. Like for example, whenever you are having your Gmail application, in the Gmail application, even though you may be having some thousands of records, at a time it will display how many the recently received 50 emails will be getting visible. The whatever the remaining emails, those emails you can able to use by using some navigation buttons. You will be having some navigation buttons are available here. Like as you will be having the first navigation button, next navigation button, previous navigation button, and the last navigation buttons. So now by using these navigation buttons, we can able to make those records to be get visible. So that means you can keep on traversing the records from first to last and from last to first also. That flexibility is available. Like the similar way here also, depends upon our requirement, we can specify how many number of records has to be get visible inside my table at a time. So now here in this case, when you go to your enhance list view, here there is a small option is available here. So now it is currently displaying 1 to 13 of 13. Totally 13 records are there inside my object. So all the 13 records are currently visible over here. Suppose, for example, if you don't want to show all these 13 records at a time, if you want to show only some 10 records, then where we can specify. So now here in this case, here there is a small option is available, small pick list. Okay, there is a small pick list. Just click on this small pick list over here. Now it is giving so many options to you. How many records you want to display per page? Like as 10 records, 20 records, 50 records, 100 or 200 at a time. Now, at a time, how many records you want to display, that we can specify. So that we can specify that. For example, I'm displaying that, I'm selecting the option some 10. Once you click on 10, only the 10 records will be getting visible to you. That means the first 10 records are getting visible, the remaining 3 records will not be visible. So now that's what when you observe this option, 1 to 10 of the 10. Okay. Totally I'm having the 10 records are there inside my object, but the first 10 records are visible inside my table currently over here. Then how can we see the remaining 3 records? For that one, Salesforce is providing the navigation buttons to you. Here you will be getting the navigation buttons over here. We have 4 navigation buttons, like as the first navigation button, and then the previous navigation button, and then the next navigation button, and then the last navigation button. These are the 4 buttons are available. By using these navigation buttons, we can navigate the records from first to last and from last to first also. The flexibility is available here as part of this enhanced list view. Okay, so not only displaying all the records, we can split the records to the various small pieces called as pages also, that each page can able to show some specific number of records inside your tabular format. And we can able to navigate the records from first to last and from last to first also by using these navigation buttons, which has been given the Salesforce by default over here. And along with that, we can able to search the records, we can filter the records based on the starting characters also by using these options here. Okay, now. So now here in this case, we are going to be indicating this. Okay, we are indicating this. Okay, based on what characters you are searching the data. Now here you can raise the question, sir, can I prepare or can I add some more filters? Like whatever the filters has been given by Salesforce, like as can I add some more filters inside this enhanced list view? Yes, there is a possibility. How many n number of filters you can add? N number of list view options. These are called as list view options or the filters. For example, when I select all accounts, all the account records will be getting visible. Suppose if I'm selecting the new this week, then only those account records which you have created this week will be getting visible. If I'm selecting recently viewed accounts, it will display what are the account records which you have viewed recently. Those records will be getting visible. Like that here. If I'm selecting platinum and the gold SLA customers, only those account records will be getting visible. So now here in this case here, whatever the account records are available, all those account records are visible based on the filters. Now can I add my own filters? Yes, there is a possibility how to add our own list view options or the filters inside my enhanced list view. It's a common requirement in every real-time implementation. Without this enhanced list view, we don't have any such projects as of now. Because always the customers or the partners or the end users or the business people are expecting these kind of filters to filter out the data. Like for example, assume that I'm a salesperson. Okay, I'm a salesperson. Now, I'm a sales executive here. So now I'm going to be contacting the lead people to convert those leads as our customers. But my requirement is here, nothing but my specialization is, so now what are the leads are available in the Hyderabad location are only those lead records I'm going to be contacting here. Bangalore related lead records will be taken care by some other person. One of my colleague is available, he is taking care of that. And then I'm having one more colleague, he is taking care of Chennai related leads here. In this case, I don't want to show all those lead records over here. When I select the option, automatically I want to show only those Hyderabad related lead records. So I can see those lead records and I can start contacting those people over here. So I don't want to search. I don't want to search manually. Just by selecting the filter, I would like to list out those records. I would like to start contacting the people. So now here in this case, we can able to add our own filters also. Okay, we can able to add our own filters also. Like this one, I would like to add some more filters. Then how can we create the list view option or filter? Now let's see practically over here. Now, so let's take a small use case. A small requirement. Now, let's take a small use case. Now, configure a list view option for the account object which represents all the banking customers. That means I want to get only those account records information. Account means customers. I want only those account records whose industry equals to banking. The remaining customers I don't want. Manufacturing customers I don't want. And then in like as finance customers I don't want. Education customers I don't want. I want only those customers whose industry equals to some banking. That is my requirement here. Now in this case, how can we create our own list view option or the filter? Now let's see practically. In this case here, so now let's see what exactly the navigation in order to create the list view option, and then how to use that we'll see practically as well. So first let me know that navigation process, and then we'll see the practical part. So I want to create that enhanced list view option for which object? For the account. So that we have to click on that account object tab over here. Now click on required objects tab. For example, accounts. And then go to the enhanced list view control. And then click on create new view link. Specify the list view option name and the label. Name and the label. And then select the filter criteria. That means all accounts are my accounts. That means upon fetching the data, you would like to consider all the records or only your records. Now for that one we can specify that. Next, enter the filter conditions. What is our condition here? Our requirement is what? I want to get only banking customers. That means here, whatever the account records are available, okay, so whose industry value, okay, whose industry value equals to some banking, only those account records I want. So I would like to add the condition over here. Next. So now once the records has been getting collected based on the banking industry, then what columns information you want to display in the table? So that here, select the required columns to be visible in the table. Select the required columns to be visible in the table. And then, once the columns has been getting selected here, so for that one we are using add or remove buttons. And then we can arrange the columns here. Arrange the columns in the required order. By using up or down navigation buttons. Up or down navigation buttons. And then select the visibility option. Visibility option. So that means whatever the filter you are creating right now, this filter should be visible to whom? This filter should be visible only to you or to all the users inside the organization or only to some specific group of people here to whom you want to make it visible. For that one, it will be having the three options are available. Visible only to me. Visible only to me. Second one. Visible to all users. Third one, visible only to a group of members. These are the options are available. Ninth one, click on save button. That's it. This is the navigation process. And the observation is, it will add a new filter inside the enhanced list view, and upon selecting the option, it will represent the associated records. So whatever the records are available inside my object which are meeting this criteria, only those records will be getting visible to you. So this is the navigation process in order to add the filters over here. Now, then how to create this enhanced list view practically, now we'll see over here. Now, let's see here. How can we do this one? Now, so let's go to that practical part. So now go to this enhanced list view control. Here, not only utilizing this existing filters, we can create our own. That means we can enhance. We can leverage this feature as well. So for that one, to add these kind of filters options, we are going to be using an option called as create new view. So by using this create new view link, we can able to add some more list view options also, or else we can able to add some more filters inside my enhanced list view control. So now just click on this create new view link in order to add some more list view options. Now it is providing a user interface to create a new view. So now I'm giving that option like as banking industry customers. Banking industry customers. So now here I'm giving that option like as banking industry customers. So now the name will be getting prepared automatically by Salesforce. Upon fetching the data, you would like to consider only my records or all the people's records. I would like to go with that all the records here. Now, add the conditions over here. So then how can we add the conditions? Generally, whenever we are adding the conditions, we are specifying the condition like this. Okay, like industry equals to banking. In this one, this is the column name. This is the column name based on which we are going to be adding the condition. And this is the operator. Okay, which condition, which operator you are using, equality. And this is the value with which you are going to be comparing over here. Okay, three things are available. So now for that one, these three things are available inside your Salesforce instance also. Okay, these three things are available inside your Salesforce instance also over here. So for that one, they have given the three pick list fields over here. Like to specify the column name, we are going to be using this pick list control. To specify the operator, we are using this one. To specify the value, we are using this text box here. These are the three text boxes are available. Here we can select the column name based on which you would like to add the condition. I would like to add the condition based on the industry column. So that here I'm selecting the column as industry. Next, select the operator here. Once you expand this one, you can see all the operators like as equals, not equals, less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to. We can able to specify all these options. Now, next one. Here we can specify the value over here. So what is our requirement? I would like to get only those customers, only those accounts whose industry equals to some banking. So now if you know that value, we can type the value over here, or else you can able to use this lookup icon. There is a small lookup icon is available. Select that value over here. Click on lookup. Now it is populating all the banking values are available. I am selecting that values as banking. Industry value names are available here. Click on insert. So now in this case here, it is going to populating all these values. Industry equals to banking. So now whatever the industries are available whose name is equals to banking, those industry banking records you can able to fetch. Like this one here, this row is for one condition. And then if you want to add some more condition, then you can add the second one. And then third one. And then fourth one. And then fifth one. Like that we can able to add the conditions. Now sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I want to add more than 5 conditions over here. Then what we can do? In this case here, you will be having a small option called as add filter logic. Okay, add filter logic. Now, click on this add filter logic to add some more conditions here. Here they have given that options to you. Add a row. Click on add a row to add the 6th condition, 7th condition, 8th condition, 9th condition, 10th condition. Maximum of 10 conditions you can able to add inside this. Inside this enhanced list view, we can able to add maximum of 10 conditions, not more than that. Okay, now, for example, let me show you one more option. For example, here I'm adding the 2 conditions. Like as industry equals to banking, and then I will add one more over here, like as some annual revenue greater than 20 lakhs. 2 conditions I have added here. Then how these 2 conditions will be getting merged? Now these 2 conditions will be getting merged with the help of like the end operator here. So there is an end. That means for condition 1 and condition 2. But sometimes I don't want and, I want or. Then what we can do? In this case, just you can go to that filter logic over here. Go to the add filter logic. Inside this add filter logic here, once you click on this one, it is populating this value. Okay, it is populating the value like as 1 and 2. But I don't want 1 and, I want 1 R. So now here just you can, this is a normal text box. Remove this one, add R. So depends upon your requirement. Okay, not only the end operators, we can use that R operators also. The flexibility is available to you.
Hello, hello,
We can able to specify your own filter options also here, 1 or 2. Okay, so like that here we can able to add the multiple conditions also, up to 10 conditions inside this. Now, as part of my requirement, I want to display only the banking industry customers. So remaining I don't want, so that here I'm making it as empty. I'm making it as empty here. Okay, now only one condition I'm going to be applying right now here based on my requirement here. Like as industry equals to banking. Now, the next one here. So now whenever we are fetching this data based on this industry column, then what columns information you want to make it visible? Select that columns information whatever you want. You know this option previously. So I don't want to show that site column. By default it is selecting this one. I don't want all these options over here. I want my own options. Like I want to show the industry column here. I want to show the rating column. I want to show the annual revenue. I want to show the ownership. I want to show the phone number column here. I want to show the phone number column. I want to show that active status column. Active status column. These are the columns I want to make it visible inside my tabular format. That means upon fetching the data from the account object based on this particular condition, like as I'm fetching only those account records whose industry value equals to banking. So upon fetching the data, I want to display only these columns information inside my tabular format in this particular order. Like as account name should be the first column, industry will be the next column, and then rating, and then annual revenue. Like that, I would like to display these columns information. Now in this case, whenever you are adding this filter, to whom this filter should be get visible? You want me to display the filter to all the users? Or will it should be visible only to you? Or will it should be visible to a set of people? So that you can decide that restrict the visibility options. Based on your requirement, we can specify that visibility options over here. So here we have 3 options are available. Visible only to me, visible to all users, and visible to certain group of users over here. Now, in this case, I want to display this option to all the people over here, so that I'm selecting visible to all users. Okay, visible to all users. Now click on Save button. So once you click on Save button, now it is going to be populating only those account records whose industry equals to some banking here. Now here we don't have any records as of now, okay, with the industry banking, so that it is showing this list as empty. Okay, there is no records are available over here. For example, let me modify some of the records here. Let me open some of the records and then let me modify that. For example, I'm opening this record here, Burlington Textile Corporation of America, and then Edge Communications, GV. So for these three records, I'm changing this industry value to banking. So here I'm selecting that industry value to banking. Now, let me say the second record, Edge Communications. For this one also I'm changing the industry value to banking. Next one, for Genie Point also, I'm changing this industry value to some banking. Now, so these are the three records over here. Now, I'm removing this one. Now let's go to your enhanced list view. Select that banking industry customers. Now it will populate only those account records whose industry value is equals to banking. Remaining records will not be visible to you over here. For example, if I'm selecting recently viewed accounts, recently viewed records will be getting visible. If I'm selecting that the new this week, we can able to see those records. If I'm selecting banking industry customers, now we can able to see that. Like this here, we can able to add our own filters also inside our enhanced list view control. Okay. So now in order to add your own filters, we are going to be using this enhanced list view control. Like this one here, we can able to add n number of filters also inside this list control. So inside this enhanced list view, we can able to display n number of filters also. The flexibility will be available to you. Okay. This is how we are going to be adding that filters inside your enhanced list view control. Okay. Now let me give you some assignments over on this one, so that you can do some practice and you can able to get some answer on this one. Now the first one, configure a list view option for the lead record to represent all the leads whose rating is hot and annual revenue is more than some 5 lakhs.
इधर से आना उधर से कहीं करिए जा जैसे आना
Now this is my requirement. So here we need to add two conditions over here. I'm giving the conditions also so that we can able to add. Like inside my lead object, we have to add the conditions. What is that condition? Rating value should be equals to hot and we have to add that second condition, that is annual revenue. Annual revenue value greater than or equals to 5 lakhs. Like that. Now, second filter. Configure a list view option for the contact object to represent all the contact records whose phone number is empty and email ID is not empty. Now add the filters for this one. Next, third requirement. Configure the list view option for the case object to represent all the cases whose priority is high and whose status is working. Okay, working. Next, the fourth requirement. configure a list view option for the opportunity object to represent all the opportunities whose amount is more than 20,000. Is the fourth one. The fifth requirement is configure a list view option for the account object whose rating is hot and whose industry is energy and whose active status is yes. So these are the 5 assignments over here. Okay, these are the 5 assignments. Do the practice on these 5 assignments over here. Okay, so this is the concept of enhanced list view. This is a common requirement in every real-time implementation because we need to add, okay, so many number of list view options or the filters depends upon the customer requirement. Okay, now, so tomorrow we'll see some more options as well, some more features. Like as we'll see the concept of record ID, and then we'll see the concept of object ID. What exactly the object ID, what exactly the record ID, we'll see this concept over here. Okay. So because today internet is a bit slow, so that here I'm going to be winding up the session a bit early today. So tomorrow we'll be having that the normal session, okay, my normal 5 to 6:30.
Tomorrow I mean